things that you can do every day for yourself, for your family, and for your office. 3 things. First is this. Just be mindful. In 2010, Harvard did a study of 5,000 individuals around the world, around 80 countries. And what was this study all about? Trying to understand the human mind. Yeah. And you know what was the result of this study? Which is very obvious right now, because I'm seeing you right now, not listening to me. 47% of our waking time, our mind is wandering. Imagine, whole day you are awake, but you are not in the moment. A wandering mind, which is the title of the study, is an unhappy mind. Your body is here right now in the atrium, but your mind is in the office or at home or somewhere else. And Eckhart Tolle once said, you know, the mind is a monster. But one thing good, according to neurologists, that our mind, we can train, we can discipline the mind, the neuroplasticity. Half of you right now are not listening. Your mind is wandering. And by the way, those who are not listening based on studies, 1/3 of them are thinking sex right now. That's according to study. So, if you cannot appreciate where you are right now, and I would always say the best place in the world today is where you are sitting. And the best moment is now. If you cannot appreciate that, you are an unhappy person at this time. Because always remember this, happiness and peace is about the moment. Nobody can take that away from you. But you need to train the mind. Because the mind is wild. Body is lying in the bed. But your mind is outside your bedroom. When you have that, you cannot fall asleep. You need to ensure that the mind, the body, and spirit are aligned. And true enough, since then, he taught me the best thing that you are going to do is just do a breathing exercise. When you cannot fall asleep while in bed, because we know very much, we need to sleep 7 hours per night for you to be fully awake the whole day, for you to be healthy. There is this book that I've been reading, you want to be healthy? Eat right, move more, sleep better. And when you say sleep better, you need to sleep at least 7 hours a night. But that's impossible for us. Aging 50, 60, that's impossible. But the monk at least, help me. When you cannot fall asleep, just do breathing exercise. And you know, many of us here will wake up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, because our body would call for the toilet. We go to the toilet, and our problem is going back to sleep. But when you do this exercise, when you practice the habit of breathing, I can assure you, you will fall asleep. Because what is the purpose of breathing? To align the mind, the body, and the spirit. You cannot sleep when your mind keeps on wandering while the body is on bed. You can only fall asleep when they are aligned. Let's do a simple breathing exercise. Kindly sit properly. Yeah. Sit properly, an invitation. Stop looking at your cell phone. Do you know that your cell phone will just cause you anxiety? You become dopamine addict because of your cell phone. When you can regulate the use of cell phone, I can assure you you'll be happier and you'll be more peaceful. So sit properly, feet on the floor. It requires silence and invitation. Those people who are in the moment, they can participate in the exercise. Those people right now, participants right now, whose minds are wandering, they have difficulty participating. My appeal, just keep quiet. Okay? Sit properly. Put your hands on your lap. And just, if you can just close your eyes, or just gaze at the table the whole time. It's an invitation for you to do the breathing exercise. Inhale. exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now, listen, I want you to concentrate on the air coming in, air coming out. It will just give you a relaxing moment. Let me repeat. Concentrate on the air coming in, air coming out. Let me do it again. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Open your eyes. When you do that every 30 minutes, every hour, when you are in a meeting and you don't like the meeting anymore, attending in the management committee meeting, which your mayor would call, and I know some of you don't like it, when you are in a space that you don't like what's going on, just like here, just do breathing exercise. What is the purpose of that? Because if you are not in the moment, your mind keeps on wandering. You become anxious, you become fearful, and you don't like your life. Always remember this, the best place in the world right now is where you are sitting, and the best moment is now. Okay, find a partner, please stand, then face a partner. Stand. Yeah, just an exercise. If you have a friend, an employee, or a family member who seem to be depressed, anxious, and sad, you can do this simple exercise, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the best way to help. People who are depressed, they are not in the moment. People who are anxious, they are not in the moment. Just do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 exercise. So simple. It does not require rocket science. Okay, face your partner. I hope you're happy with your partner. And be thankful to the partner. Okay, follow the instruction. I want you each, just take turns. What are the 5 things you can see right now? Tell your partner. What are the 5 things you can see in this place right now? Tell your partner. Done? Good. 4 things you can touch right now. You need to touch the object or the item. 4 things you can touch. Do it quickly. 1? Yeah?
3, 4.
Good. 3 things you can hear right now. 3 things you can hear right now.
Siya tayo ng talingat.
3 things you can hear right now. Tell your partner.
Ito siya ko.
What are you hearing right
Nagdoon
now?
ng talingat.
You know, be mindful every day. Because people will hurt you. In fact, in terms of relationship, there's no such thing as forever in relationship. And I keep on telling politicians, the shortest duration of relationship is politics. In this election season, you are good friends. The next election season, 2 or 3 years from now, you become enemies. And that's life. Don't argue with this. Just accept it. That everything is impermanent. There's nothing permanent in the world. When you keep on insisting on the permanency of relationship, that is the cause of pain. Remember this. Loving is not attachment. I can love you, but I'm not attached to you. Loving will not cause any pain. What causes the pain is attachment. So please tell your wife, tell your husband tonight, I love you, but I'm not attached to you. Yeah. What does it mean? You are free. So when there's a study in London of local politicians, what the researcher did, what the scientist did, he would do mindfulness exercise. If you're hurt by other people, they are mindless. Don't respond mindlessly. Respond mindfully. You know that book, The Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, sorry. He was an Austrian psychologist, victim of the Holocaust. His family were killed. And one of the greatest contributions of Viktor Frankl, he said, you know in life, there are 2 things. The stimulus and the response. You are not in control of the stimulus. Your mayor will scold you. Your Sangguniang Bayan will call you and they will say everything that they want to say. You get hurt. But remember this. You are not in control of stimulus. What will be critical is your response. And between stimulus and response, there's a space. And that space is the most beautiful gift, choice. When you respond reactively, surely you become anxious, you become fearful, angry, all the negative emotions. But when you pause, that space between stimulus and response, I can assure you, when you use it properly, you become mindful. And by the way, mindful people perform better. So breathing, don't underestimate the power of breathing. When you are in front of the mayor scolding you, when you are in front of the Sangguniang Bayan, or when you are in the management committee that you don't like, do breathing exercise. Always remember this. Nobody can take away your peace unless you allow it. Nobody. You bring your peace and joy every day. It's in you. Don't allow other people to take it away from you. And that's the reason, please be mindful all the times. And breathe as often as you can. Be conscious of your breathing. And the correct breathing is deep and slow. It doesn't require rocket science. It doesn't require budget. All you have to do it. And what is the best practice? When you wake up early in the morning, my advice is this, and I've been doing this. Don't look at your cell phone. Don't start praying. Just have a 2 to 3 minute meditation. Take a deep breath. Deep in, breathe in, breathe out. Feel the sensation of your body. And if you can increase that to 4 minutes to 5 minutes, I can assure you, you will be okay. You will always be at peace, even if the world will not cooperate. The second is just be always grateful. Yeah. One of the greatest Roman philosophers, the greatest virtue of all, is gratitude. That's the mother of all virtues. When I was still a teacher at Xavier High School for 7 years, we always have this gratitude exercise, we do retreat. But I wasn't a believer until I studied the science of gratitude. Everything changed when I studied the science of gratitude. You have been sitting together for the last 2 days. I'd like to ask you, did you express your gratitude to the person next to you? I hope you did, because that's a very, very important exercise every day. Now, why need to do gratitude every day? There's a study about if you do daily gratitude, productivity increases by 18%. Without asking yourself, what are the 3 good things that I received today? Because always remember this, there are just good things, more than good things every day than bad things. There are 10 good things that you experience, but there's one bad thing. You were scolded, or there's something wrong with your plan. Where will you concentrate the whole night, the whole day? On one bad thing. Our brain, remember this, if you are not going to discipline, it becomes wild. And that's the reason why you become anxious, why you're depressed, because of the brain. But when you do gratitude exercise, simply lang, before you go to bed, what are the 3 things I'm thankful for today? I can assure you, you can sleep better. And you need to write it down. Now, for those who have cell phone, what I would do, I put that on my cell phone. I put on my cell phone. As simple like, oh, my orchids, oh, I saw the flowers of my friends, oh, there was a smile. Something you receive freely, just 3 things. And your productivity will increase by 18%. For the last 5 years, doing this, understanding this, I noticed my life has changed a lot. I told them, most of the management committee meetings focus on what we don't have. How many of you are excited when your man calls? Oh, you don't. Because when you come to the management committee, it's all about problems. And I told this municipality, the department heads, together with the mayor, please, when you do your management committee, begin with gratitude. Because when you begin with gratitude, your mindset will be a mindset of abundance. The half empty, the half filled glass. Where will you concentrate? The half empty or the half filled? So I told the management committee, if you do that, productivity increases by 18%. And not only that, you do that because gratitude will make you live longer. Yeah. There's a study of nuns, 600 nuns in the US. The study was about Alzheimer's. And what was interesting, the original studies on science. But the scientist was baffled. Why there were nuns who would reach the age of 100, and there were nuns who would die at the age of 70, and these were nuns. They ate the same food, they wore the same clothes, they sleep the same time, they prayed together, and probably they are all virgin. Yeah. So when you have this kind of people, group, the scientist was baffled. Why there are two groups of nuns? Nuns who would die early and nuns who would die much, much longer in terms of lifespan. And what was the result of the study? Very interesting. What the scientist did, he simply asked the archbishop. He asked the archbishop, can I access the journal of the nuns when they entered the nunnery, when they entered the convent? And of course, the bishop, because he was supporting the idea, the study, said, yes, why not? So the scientist read all the journals of the nuns, whether he could get something. Wow, there's one thing. He noticed, those nuns who wrote in their journal, oh, I'm thankful today because the sun is shining. Oh, I am so happy today serving the poor. Oh, I'm in love with the street kids. All gratitude words, positive words. They reached the age of 9400. Those nuns in their journal, I suffered today. I felt the pain. I have all this agony today. The data is this. Interestingly, out of the 90 who did gratitude, 70 of them are still alive 60 years after. Those in their journal focusing on the negative, out of the 90, only 20 were still alive. Write it down. 3 things you're thankful for. Something you receive. Something you receive. And I will tell you, there are just a lot of blessings every day. But remember this, our mind is wired to something negative. You have 20 blessings the whole day, 1 negative, but because the mind is wired to something negative, you focus on the negative. And how do you train the mind? How do you discipline the mind? Don't go to bed without doing gratitude exercise. And by the way, how many of you are married here? Married. Happily married. Until now. Yeah, if you think, how many are not? For those of you who are not married, no worry. Because there's a study in Yale University. What is the effect of marriage on happiness? The natural effect. Yeah, sorry married couple. They say this is science. You know what was the result of the study? The natural effect of marriage on happiness is only the first 2 years. After that, you go back to your baseline. So if you're no longer happy with your marriage today, well, that's just normal. Because the natural effect of marriage and happiness, only the first 2 years. That's based on scientific study. Okay. So, but of course you have a goal. How do you make this married life? How do you make this relationship more romantic? That is always the goal every day. And you need to do something every day. Based on study, if the couple will practice daily gratitude, romantic relationship will increase by 30%. Of the people right now, you belong to a genes of negativity. The other 50%, you belong to positivity. But interestingly, that's 50%. What about the other 50%? Study would show that the effect of something external that happened to you, that is only 10% impact on happiness. The 40% is what you do every day. There's a study in the state of Illinois. A man won $345 million US dollars. 300 million US dollars in lotto. And on that same day, there was a man whose feet were cut, paraplegic, amputated. Question, a year after, who's happier? The one who won lotto of 300 million US dollars or the paraplegic? Data found out there is no difference. No difference at all. Winning will not really make you happy. It will just give you a temporary joy. So imagine a year after, there is no difference of happiness between the man winning a 300 million US dollars and the other one was a paraplegic. Yeah. Because if you would ask me, kumusta ka, I will entertain the negative thoughts. But if you would ask me what went well, my brain will be disciplined. When I go 20 meters away, my mom, my father will now ask what went well. So I now be disciplined to think of something good because every day there are just blessings. Thank you, see. So third, we need to laugh more. That was involuntary. That was fake. But, because of relationship, I just have to laugh even if I don't like to joke. And there are two ways, sources of laughter. You laugh to the head or you laugh through the body. Yeah. Do you know that children can laugh between 300 to 400 times a day? But adults like me and the person, your left and your right, we laugh only 8 to 15 times a day. You know why? Because we laugh to the brain. Why children can laugh 20 to 40 times a day? Because they simply enjoy the moment. But adults know. We keep on thinking, saan tayo bukas? Saan tayo pupunta? Nagsisimula pa lang yung conference, kailan ito matatapos? Kararating lang sa airport, kailan yung pauwi natin? Ano yung schedule? So you keep on looking for something which is not in the present. But children, if they're the participants here, they're wild, enjoying the moment. But the adults keep on thinking outside atrium, oh, I should go to this, oh, I should go to this, I should have this. But children, that's why, with due respect to Muslims here, the only time Jesus Christ was smiling in the images when he was surrounded with children. Because children simply enjoy the moment. And the secret of children, they laugh through the body. They laugh through the body. Moving, dancing, and they will laugh. But adults keep on thinking first. And remember this, if you are dependent here all the times, it will just cause you a lot of anxiety. And why do you need to laugh? 3 things. Health, productivity, and of course, social connections. Those are the 3 reasons why you need to laugh. When you laugh for 15 seconds, even if it's a fake laughter, you are doing your physical exercise. Remember this, doctors will tell us you need to exercise at least 30 minutes a day. Am I right? But you have been sitting down all day. At least ako kanina, I had my swimming. I usually do my morning swimming. I swim every morning. That's my exercise. Oh, I'm so happy. Yeah. Because when we do our exercise, you know what will happen? We produce a lot of positive energy, positive hormones, and we are okay. But what about if you're a municipal city engineer with all the instructions, and you have a mayor who is award addict? You know that? And a mayor who concentrates everything about constructions, about projects? Oh my God. Yeah. But please, protect your peace and joy. Don't be dependent on the leadership. They will take away your peace and joy. There's something that you can do. When you laugh for 15 seconds, you simply do the physical exercise 15 seconds. You don't laugh to entertain people. You laugh for an exercise. Let's laugh for 15 seconds. I wasn't entertaining you. I was just doing my exercise. Now, why not do it? But please laugh not for compliance. Laugh aloud. When you laugh aloud, you will feel the difference. When you laugh 15 seconds, you are doing an exercise 15 seconds. As a matter of fact, in the study of London, they found out when you laugh 15 seconds, it would be equivalent to more than 15 seconds of walking and jogging. That's the study. Laughter is the best. Very good. Let's laugh for 15 seconds. Aloud. Don't laugh. Don't do it. Laugh aloud. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yay! By the way, when you laugh for 15 seconds, let me tell you this. You will not feel any pain the next 15 seconds. You know why? Because every time you laugh, your body, your blood will produce endorphins. Endorphins are natural painkillers. Body cannot detect a fake laughter from a real one. Even if you fake laughter, you still produce endorphins. That's good. So, can we all rise? Can we all rise? Yeah, please. Yeah. Please laugh aloud. If you are not laughing, oh my God, we pray for your salvation. So keep on laughing for 15 seconds. Just do it. It's an exercise. Because you want you to produce endorphins. And I want you to face the people around you. I'll count 20 seconds. Laugh aloud. 1, 2, ready, go! Look at the people around you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hey, take your seat, yeah.